All right, good morning, everybody. My name is Allison. If you're joining us for the first time, get my music going here. Um, so this morning is going to be more uh, traditional that we've kind of been doing the last month. So more of an all levels, a little bit more gentle, kind of wake yourself up, get the body moving, stretched out a little bit, get ready for your day. Again, nothing super intense. Um, so we'll give it a minute just to let everybody get here and join us. We're just going to start in a seated position. So if you want to grab onto a block to prop yourself up a little bit, you can do that. Um, any variation of seat is fine too. So bottoms of the feet together, a little more stretch to the inner thighs, or if you want to sit on your knees, like so. If that feels all right on your ankles, that is an option too. So let's go ahead and find that seat. And rest those hands on your knees, closing down those eyes, just connecting with that breath. So we'll take that big breath in through the nose, and just exhale it out. Just a nice normal breath. I'm gonna clear it out. Now we'll take that big breath in through the nose. This time we're gonna focus on filling through the lowest part of the lungs. The belly expands through the middle, so feeling that rib cage expand in all directions. Finally moving up into those collarbones, sitting up even taller. And exhaling that breath out just nice and slow. Big breath in. 3-part breath filling in through the lowest part of the lungs, the middle, all the way up to the top, into that chest. Big expansion of that rib cage. And exhaling that breath out. And continuing, pulling in as much air in as you can. Maybe sipping in a little bit more at the top. And exhaling that breath out. So just try to go as slow as you can on that exhale. Just a couple more times on your own. Now inhale, we're going to reach those arms up overhead. And just take a moment to gaze up towards those fingertips, keeping that core tight as you reach those arms back a little further, a little stretch through those shoulders. And exhale, we're going to twist it over to your right side. So that left hand just comes across that knee, propping that right hand up at the base of the tailbone and twisting over that shoulder. And then we'll keep that left hand right where it's at. So just keep it on the knee. Right arm is going to reach out and then reach it over into that side stretch. So try to keep that hip grounded down. That right hip grounded down as we lean over to your left side. And then bring both arms back up and twist it over to your left side. Again, inhaling that length. And exhale, twist it over that shoulder. You can keep that right hand right where it's at. Left arm's going to reach out, up and over. Big side stretch, gazing underneath that arm. And And then inhale, both arms back up. Draw those elbows down. Open up through that chest. Pulling those shoulder blades together in the back. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, draw it down. Inhale, reach those arms back up. Last time. Feel going out those elbows, those arms. Inhale it back up. And we'll find that twist over to your right side. Lengthen on the inhale. Exhale deeper into that twist. And then we'll inhale that right arm up. Keep that left hand on the knee as we find that side bend. Inhale those arms up and twist it over to your left side. Lengthen on that inhale. Exhale a little deeper into that twist. Now we'll reach that left arm up and over, side bend. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, elbows draw down. Feel good about those arms. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale it back up. And exhale those elbows down. This time, maybe you interlace those fingers behind the back, opening up through that chest. So just start by interlacing those fingers. Palms will be facing each other as we open up through that chest. So draw those shoulders back. And maybe you find you can bring those hands away from the hips. And then we'll release those arms up. One more time through this, twisting over to that right side. So bring it back to center. So reach that right arm up and over. Inhale, both arms will reach up. Twisting it to the other side. Legs on that inhale. Exhale, twist. Then we'll reach. Left arm up and over, side stretch. Inhaling both arms up. Exhale, elbows down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale it down. Inhale, reach it back up. And exhale those elbows down. Interlace those fingers behind the back. Open up through that chest. Maybe those hands keep them an inch or two away from those hips. One more breath. Release those hands. And making your way onto your hands and knees. So hands are stacked right underneath your shoulders. These are underneath the hips. Tabletop position. On that inhale, we're going to drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tailbone as we gaze up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale, lifting the chest and the tailbone into that cow spine. Exhale, rounding it into spine. Inhale into neutral, sliding those hands forward, keeping the hips high. We're going to soften that chest down, that forehead down towards the mat into that puppy pose. We're going to stay in this puppy pose position. We're just going to round, do that upper back tuck, the chin, draw that belly up and in. So kind of coming into a cat spine, just in this puppy pose position. Good. And then we'll soften that chest down, so like we're coming into the cow spine. Good. And round. And low into cow. And rise up into cat spine. And lower down into that cow spine, holding it here for a couple breaths. Really active through those arms, gripping those fingertips into the mat, pulling those forearms towards each other, stabilizing through those shoulders, doing that big stretch. Lower those forearms down towards the mat. Go ahead and slide it forward just for a quick plank. Holding it here for 3. Strong the legs. So your abs are tight. Chest is pulling forward. Last breath in. And exhaling those hips down, sliding those hands right underneath the shoulders, pointing those toes. We're gonna roll the shoulders down and back. Lift up into that baby cobra. So that lowest part of the rib cage is on the mat. Exhale it down. And inhale, lift. Exhale it down. Last time to lift. And exhale it down. Just go ahead and send those hips back to those heels, coming into that child's pose. Those knees can be as wide as you like. And then come back up onto those hands and knees. Then step those feet back to the plank. And then hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Just take a couple breaths, pedal those feet out. And one more breath. Pressing that belly back to those thighs, pressing that tailbone towards the ceiling, pressing those heels down to the mat. And now from here, going to step that right foot through, lowering that back knee down, pressing those hips forward, maybe twisting, reaching that right arm up. If you want, you can start to bend into that back knee, reaching for that foot into that quad stretch. And that might be a little bit aggressive this morning, so maybe we're just here reaching for that foot, or we can stay in that twist. You want to press those hips forward, so what we're working towards is this nice straight line through the hip flexors. Couple more breaths. And slowly release that foot down. Lower those hands. Let's go ahead and just send that leg back to our down dog. Couple breaths. And then we'll go to the other side. We'll step that left foot through to that left thigh. Back knee lowers down. And then we'll start to twist, reaching that left arm up. Now staying here, or you can bend the back knee, a little more stretch through that quad. Maybe you find that you can capture that foot. Couple more breaths. And slowly release that foot. Plant those hands. Sending those hips up and back, downward facing dog. And now we're going to come onto those toes. We're going to bend those knees. We're going to step those feet up a little bit wider. So it's a little bit hard to tell, but my outside edges of my feet are right at the outside edges of the mat. So as we move into this next pose, you can kind of play around with your feet positioning. Find that flat back on the inhale. And exhale, fold. Let that head hang heavy. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. We're going to turn those toes out just a few degrees. Sink those hips down into that squat. So we can be maybe all the way up here. Maybe you can sink those hips down a little bit lower. I want you to really grip with the big toes and that knuckle of the big toe. Gripping that into the mat, pulling those feet apart, drawing those knees out a little bit wider as we sink those hips down into that yoga squat. If you want to press those elbows inside the knees to feel a little bit more stretch through those inner thighs, you can. Just hold it here, breathe. More active through those legs. So try not to collapse into it. We don't want to be in this position where our spine is rounded. Okay, we also don't really want to be here either. Kind of lift through that chest with that nice flat spine as we soften those hips down. Let's hold it here for 3 more breaths. Big breath in. And exhale. Straighten those legs as we fold. Just bringing those feet parallel to each other. So that the head and arms hang nice and high. Plant those feet. Step those feet back to our plank. We're going to move through vinyasa. So shift it forward, lower it down, point those toes. Inhale, roll the shoulders down and back, lifting through that chest. You can stay in that cobra, or if you want to press it up to that upward facing dog, it's an option. And exhale those hips to the sky, down dog. And let's make our way onto into a seat. Those knees can bend, reaching those arms forward. We're going to roll it back one vertebrae at a time. As we keep those knees bent, just bring those heels a little bit closer to your hips. Press into those heels, the toes, the balls of the feet, making sure that low back is flat on the mat. As we start to lift the tailbone, bridging those hips up. Just thinking about core tight, scooping that tailbone up towards the ceiling. And slowly roll it back down. That tailbone is going to be the last thing that lowers. Okay, let's do it one more time. Pressing into those feet. Roll those hips up, extending out through those hip flexors. Squeezing those glutes. And slowly roll it back down. You can see out those arms, just windshield wiping those knees from the right to the left, keeping that core engaged. One more time each way. Bring those knees back up. We're going to cross that right ankle over as we pull those knees over to that right side. Left shoulder stays down. Bring that knee back to center. Go to the other side. So just cross that left ankle over and draw the knees over to that left side. Bring the knees back to center. Go and uncross it. So we'll go to the other side. Right ankle is going to cross over. Hug that knee in. So we're going to grab onto our left hamstring. Right hand is going to go through this little window that inner thighs are making. You can grab onto that left hamstring, or maybe you reach for that shin. Tailbone draws down, chest lifts, flexing that right foot as we hug that knee in. And slowly release. And again, just switch sides, crossing that left ankle over the right side, hugging that right knee in and grabbing onto that hamstring, or maybe even reaching for that shin if you can keep that tailbone grounded down. And slowly release it down, uncrossing the legs. And go and hug both knees into the chest. Just gently rock from side to side. And start to rock yourself forward and back, all the way up into that seated, maybe cross-legged position or any comfortable seat. We'll pause here for a few breaths. These are just resting on your knees. Sitting nice and tall, shoulders relaxed down. Focusing on breathing into that lowest part of the legs, the middle. Up into the collarbones, into the chest. And just see how slow you can exhale that breath. Keeping those eyes open. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow, 4:45. Again, tomorrow is going to be on all levels, and then Thursday morning, so the 7 a.m. class on Thursday is going to be so it's still going to be 25 minutes, but it's going to be more of a power yoga class, so a little bit more core and abs focus. So really get you kind of warmed up, ready to go, awake for the day. All right, have a good one. Thanks, guys.